I just want to make one more video showing how to use this inverse normal. I'm still in the probability part, right? In fact, this is the problem I just did. If I scoot this over to the right, I see this thing called inverse normal. So let's go ahead and look at that for this problem. It says, assume that scores for the verbal portion of the GRE follow a normal distribution with a mean score of 151 and a standard deviation of 7 points, while the quantitative portion of the exam has scores following a normal distribution with a mean of 150 and a standard deviation of 7.67 points. So these are the two different portions, right? Quantitative and verbal. Use this to answer the following. Find the score for the student who scored the 80th percentile, so better than 80% of other people, on the quantitative exam. So this first part is for the verbal part, and so then the second part must be for the quantitative part, while the quantitative portion. So I know my mean is 153, and my standard deviation is 7.67, right? So I want the area to the left. Well, I mean, I want the 80th percentile, so that means I want 80% to be the left of my number, and I'll show you what I mean when we're done here. 0.80. So we get 159. So the person who scored 159.46, I guess, 46, did better than 80% of their peers on that part, right? And you can do the same thing here, except this one's worded differently. It says, find the score of a student who scored worse than 70%. Well, that's really the 30th percentile, right? They did better than 30% because they did worse than 70%. All right, that's it. Just want to show how to use that inverse normal there. If we look back at this calculator here, and I wanted to see that 80%, I could type in my mean. It's 153. I could type in my standard deviation, which was 7.67, and I want to be below, so I'm going to type in my score here, so 159.455. And it should say 80%, right? So let's recalculate that. Oh, I have a negative there, that's why. Let's recalculate it again. And there it says 0.8, so that's 80%. All right, let me know if you have any questions about using the inverse normal for the calculator.